Okay. Hello everyone. This one is our second video session on R programming. So in the second video, I'm actually focusing on the important syllabus from your R programming. So among all different data types, only vector is a part of our syllabus. So in the syllabus, yes, we are going to learn about how we can store the data in the vector form with the help of vector. Then vector arithmetic, yes, just like in the last session, we seen the addition, subtraction, multiplication, divisions that we can do with these vectors. Few more functions which we can operate on the vector, like maximum, minimum, sine, cosine, tan, log, exponential, range, length of a vector, sum of sum product, and sorting. So all that are possible on the vector there. So then we can generate this vector or we can generate this regular sequences using the vector function. Logical vectors, character vector, so these are the different types of the vector that way, and indexing of the vector. And then few more problems. That problems maybe I will take in the next video, last video there, third video. So that about your important syllabus actually. So very limited syllabus or very small syllabus of it is just like introduction to the R only, and we are only focusing on vectors here, and vector is only the part of your syllabus there. So instead of going in the PPT, I will come to this R Studio only. So open the R Studio. Now already we discussed in the last session that uh, here is uh, here is a prompt. This is the where you can type your commands in the console. But there is another way also I told. So let I show you the another second way. To get the second way, yes, here you will get that scripts file. So just click on this plus sign, top left corner. Here is a plus sign. It shows you R script file. So it is control plus shift plus N. That also gives you the new script file. So I will click on the new script file. So here we have a blank script file. So initially I want to show you there are three different ways to create the vector. So uh, let us start with one more important thing, that whenever you have to give some information about your file, so you can give it by a hash here. So hash, I type hash here. So after hash, whatever you are typing, it is just a comment here. So I will give the comment here, different ways to create the vector. Okay, so this one is the file I want to create it. So I just given the comment, so it will not run. So you can write anything after the hash. It is just for information. Okay. Now this is the use of hash here. So next I want to create a vector. Say I want a vector x here. So x is equal to, now the simple way, just use a C for vector. Okay, so to create a vector C, and in bracket you can put the elements, say 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. So just the elements are separated by the comma. So we get here x as a vector. Say I will take 100. So you'll observe I created a vector x with 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 100. So that is one of the vector that I created here. So this is the first way to create the vector. Second way to create the vector is I will use same one, but I'm uh, I'm just doing something different here. So not necessary this vectors should have only the integer. You can create the vectors of a characters also. Okay, so as I said, there are different types of the vector. So you can create a vector of a character or complex number, or okay, many more. So I can take it like this. Say 9 comma 34 comma say uh, I want some characters, so I would get double inverted comma. So double inverted comma generally used to type a string or a character. So anything you can type it, if you, because the vector can be a collection. This is a like a matrix. In a matrix you can have any numbers or any words also. So you can say uh, you can say okay, Python. So this one I taken as a vector y. So here is another vector I created y. Okay, so the third vector, let I take it as vector z. So equal to, now you can create a vector with a colon also. So but it is actually creating a sequence. You can create indirectly a sequence of a number in between the range with a colon operator. So if I take, say, z is the vector z is a 5 colon, say, uh, 15. So the guess, what should be the output? The output will be 5, 6, 7, 8. So by default there will be increment of a 1, and you get a vector from 5 to 15, 5 to 15 with the increment of 1. But if you want to give some different increment, yes, that also possible there. That is also possible. So we'll see that later on. So this is the third second way, and the third way, yes, we can do it with a sequence, or just 1 minute. You can create the reverse sequence also. I will not go in the detail right now. I'll show you all these important commands together later on. So right now, third, I will take a w. W is a vector, which is a sequence, say, sequence. Okay, seq for a sequence, say, I will take it, say, minus, or not necessary, say 5 to 5 to say 10 if I want. And now suppose you keep 5 to 10, again by default it will take a sequence 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But if you don't, if you're not interested to take the default increment of 1, what you can do it, you can say again a comma, and you can put by. Now you can put the increment what you want. So by is equal to, say, zero point 0.5. Okay, so I want a sequence 5 to 10 with an increment of 0.5. So we get a number like 5, 5.5, then 6, 6.5, and so on, that way. So these are roughly the 2-3 ways of creating a vector, okay, or storing the data in a vector form. So these are the different ways I want to show you. Now, see, this file is ready, and what is the benefit of typing the file in this script file? Now, this file you can store it and you can use it a number of times, because whatever the commands you type in the console, okay, that will be stored in the history only, but you have to search in the history. So instead, if you give some name, another important thing you will observe, nowhere I taken this. Remember, these are the case sensitive. Okay, all these commands are case sensitive, so I taken all the vectors in a lowercase only. So you should remember that they are case sensitive. If you ask for some capital X in the console, it will gives not available probably, because if the capital X vector is not created, because we have small x vector here. So these are case sensitive, but they are not space sensitive. Means in between 1 and 2, if I want, I can give number of spaces also. Then also it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter, because it is not space sensitive. Automatically it will take a single space only. So even though you forget to give the space, it doesn't matter again in some cases. But yes, they are case sensitive. All these commands are case sensitive. Okay, so that is one thing. Another thing, now, yes, you can save this file. So if you want, you can save, or if you save this file, that will saved in .r extension. So suppose I want to save this, say, here is a save current file. So suppose I will save, you can select your destination where you want to save it. Say I want to save it on desktop, and I give this vector vector file name as a vector. It will save with a vector dot r with dot r extension. Okay, so it will saved as vector dot r. You will observe here, uh, this here is the name vector dot r, and that dot r is extension because these are r files. Okay, these are r files. Now, yes, we created a vector. Now we have to see the output. There are three different ways to see the output. This is one is a run window. This is you can again when you press the run window, you will run this script file line by line. Okay, if you want to run the previous line of the script file, you can press this again, and this is the source. When you press on the source, the entire script file will run and you will see entire output there. So we'll see one by one. We'll go with the first, then second, and then third. Okay, so come to the first part here. So run. So you will observe the console is empty now. Just I'm clicking, keeping my cursor on the first uh, line first line of the script file, and I press on run. So you will observe the first two lines are run here, and first we got here as comment only. Different ways. See, when after the arrow it is written hash, after the means that command is again typed indirectly there. Okay, but no output for that. Next, it is x is the vector x is run, but the problem is what I done. Actually, I created the vector, but I not typed where we want their outputs. So to get the output, let I add 2 3. So there are different ways already we see. Just I can write x only, so it will show me the x there. If I want, say, so if there is another way also, like say print. Okay, print that in inverted comma x equal, and then I say x here. So I will get print x equal to and then I get x value. This next is x. Similarly, I can type for just now I will not write that print. I just say y, and I will just say z, and lastly a w. Okay, now this one is so I will again take a control L. So I will clear the console and I will move to the first line here, and I will take a run here. Run. So that's just first. Now second next line. You'll observe print x is typed. Again I run next command. So you got the first output for x. See the vector x here. The vector x is 1 2 3 400. Okay, next y. So y output. So you'll observe the output y. You will observe that is in double inverted comma. So whenever the output gets in double inverted comma, actually the type of a vector is a character. Okay, and whenever the output is just in the number without double inverted, it is a numeric vector. So x is a numeric vector while y is a character vector. Why character vector? Because one of the element of the vector is a character, and because of that entire vector is considered as a character vector there. Okay, then the vector z, you'll observe the vector z, and lastly the vector w is there. You'll observe everywhere this number one is typed. So this is actually the it gives you the location, that is first row first element. Okay, when here is a first element is a 5.0, and this 11 indicates this is the 11th entry of that vector. So you can observe this is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 9, 10, and this is the 11th, and because of that in bracket it is 11. Okay, so if your window is too small, so it may give the answer in 3 rows, then it give 1, 5, 9, like that. So that actually indicates the position of that first entry of that row. Okay, so indirectly, what is this? 5 is the first entry of that row, and 11, this is actually the 11th element of the vector, and that is the second row, and all these are in one row only, so 1 1 1 is there, so that is the output. So this is the first way that I will say you. So actually we completed this output by pressing the run command. What happens if you press this tab now? It only shows you that previous only the previous command will run again. So for example, w will run again, w will run again. So whenever you press, w will run again and again, because this previous command is w there, that will repeat again. So if you want to repeat that, you have to see the output again there, so you can press this second tab here, this one. Okay, so I will again press Control L. So Control L, clear the console. So this is the run, line by line. This is previous, and now lastly I will show you here. I'm pressing this last source tab. So if I press it, okay, so what happens? Only one command is run. Okay, just I keep it my cursor at the bottom and I press Control L. Now this cursor in the entire here is at the bottom, and I will press source here. Okay, just a minute. Why only X is running? Just 1 minute. Generally, it run entire file, the entire file. Um, just 1 minute. Okay, so you have to my mistake. Control L. But you have to do it here on the source. There are two ways. One is the source, and control with echo. With echo means yes, it will run entire file. You will observe, I press it and you will observe entire file is run, and you get the output there. So on the source I click first, and I instead of control plus shift plus yes, I control plus shift plus enter I done, and then I got entire output there. So this is the third way of running this script file there. So general practice is you should write the code in the script file, and you will get the output here. Okay, so this is actually the most important thing, because the remaining part is just you can see the addition, this arithmetic operation on the vector, then applying some functions, then see the type of a vector like character or logical vector or numeric vector. So these are 2, 3. So remaining part is really simple. You should know how you can create the vector mainly, and then uh, in the exam you may given some program and you have to just write the output there. Okay, you should know how the output will look there, so that way you should write it there. Okay, so that's for the second session. Okay, thank you. So I will come with one last video, the third video. Okay, thank you so much.